Good morning, Jennifer. How are you doing?
Good morning, Jigna. Good. How are you?
I woke up quite early this morning. We have a early morning call today, speaking with an amazing individual who you actually have experience with, and I'm excited to meet.
Yes. So we'll be meeting Shiv here in a second, all the way over in Pune. So he's kind enough to take his Friday afternoon to at the end of the day to talk with us, and so we'll be getting there soon. But before we do that, just a quick, anything happen exciting, job searching, anything for you?
Yeah, I mean, lots of interesting things that are going on. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to partner with someone I had worked with a long time ago on another thought leadership piece. I'm really excited about it. Just about my area of expertise. So I'll share some more details on that once we finalize on the production of that. So that's something I'm really excited about, and just searching. That's how it goes, right?
I hear you. Exactly. So yeah, pretty much had a little let down this week. That's okay. So we'll move on from that one, and then we just keep looking. So
how do you come out of that? That's so tough for all of us, right? When it's nothing you did, you're perfect for it, but how do you come out of that?
I think back to what David and Adi shared with us, and kind of like what's meant to be out there in the universe, and like positive, if that doesn't happen, there's something else there, and kind of how that is. And so I keep trying to think that through that it just means I'm supposed to be somewhere else. And so I guess it's kind of how I look at it at the moment. It does kind of,
for some of we do apologize for some of the audio, and it's the being at
way
home
across the world,
quarantine, and him being across the world, there are some technical challenges that we all face, but hopefully everyone is able to learn from this, even past a little bit of the technical difficulties we had. So we apologize for that.
Yeah. So welcome to LaidOffLIfe today. We are happy to be here. Are we, Jigna?
Yeah, we are. It's a little early in the morning, but I'm a little slow this morning, just a little bit. Yeah, I did have my caffeine, so not as bad.
She got up a little earlier this morning because we want to make sure we have our guest with us today. And I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name because I will probably butcher it. So, but this is Shiv, and Shiv, why don't you introduce yourself? And we're here up early because he's in Pune, India. So it is 5:30 in the afternoon for him and 7 in the morning for us. So thanks for joining us on a Friday afternoon for you. Shiv, why don't you take a minute, introduce yourself, tell us a little about who you are and what you're doing.
So now I'm in India, and I'm doing my own consulting. We have a small team of 12 consultants right now in Pune, and we work mostly on the Oracle ERP side, so implementing Oracle ERP systems to international clients and then supporting them after implementation as well. So along with that, we do some digital marketing work. That is a tool. That's it all about me.
So just to kind of let you know, so Shiv and I work together at Hitachi. So, today's episode is about being a global citizen. And he had a really cool post on LinkedIn. And so let's take a look at that post here for a second. I was like, Jigna and I were talking about, okay, we want to talk about people who are giving back at this time, especially during the pandemic. And there's some people who've been laid off, like Jigna and I. And so how do we give our time to others, be helpful during this time? But one thing I noticed was, like, you have your own consulting firm, and you put out there like you want to help other people too. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. So I showed it to Jigna, and I was like, I think we should invite him to tell us about what he's doing and what inspired him to do this. And like I said before, you're in Pune, and a funny thing, I think when we first got on, before we get into digging into what you're doing, let's just talk about a little bit about being global here. So I had a little funny rant going back, Jigna and Shiv. Why don't you guys share kind of that conversation we had?
The minute we South Asians sort of learn about the individual or meet them, that's one of the first things we say. You're from here, or what part of India are you from? So right, Shimovhan?
Yes, true. you always find like common ground, common subject, common connections to establish, kind of a relation with the next person.
And that's really important. That's what I just, when we were talking, it clicked to me is that that's a great way to market or network, I should say. It's a great way an easy way to connect with the individuals. And I was actually raised in the US, but I find myself doing the same thing that my, parents and grandparents and the generations before that did is just having that finding that common connection that you can sort of draw upon and have that be your common ground to build on. So that was really interesting. It was a really good conversation.
Well, and just I want to say commonalities. I think that's kind of like in LinkedIn too. Like you're looking for people as you're networking, looking for jobs, and like or anything. Like I said, so Shiv and I worked together at Hitachi Consulting many moons ago. So, it was a good reach back connect. He remembered that I was one of the people that was sending out stuff from our learning management system as we were implementing a new LMS at the time, and he was helping implement an Oracle project for the company as well. And so
It's a small
you might have
world.
enjoyed him though. Now, okay, I'm not going to start singing that song though. It's a small world after all, right? Have you ever been to Disney World, anyone?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. So one time an employee there told me, I don't think they were supposed to tell you this or a cast member, that if you misbehave, you have to work the small world ride. And because you'll get that song stuck in your head over and over.
In a loop. Oh my goodness.
So yeah.
You go through one through the ride one time and it's stuck in your head for months, right? I can't even imagine the folks that have to work there and they have to listen to it over and over.
Yeah, so just an FYI. Anyway, so let's get back to that email or the LinkedIn post that you put out there. Mm-hmm. And it was, so you had been grateful for all these contacts. And the bottom line was you wanted to give 15,000 minutes of your time to 500 people who are in need for either some background in career shifting or soft skills or technical skills. So tell us what inspired, I have a little fly there coming at me, I think. Anyway, what inspired you to put that out there?
So two reasons I actually post that. One reason is, it was just like a number, like I have 15,000 connections on LinkedIn. So I thought, how should I celebrate this? Because, I used to think this way that your network is your net worth. So the more people you know, the more chances of success is high. So now 15,000.
So net worth is worth your net worth. Is that what you said?
Yes. So the more you network, the more you think your network. Yes.
I like
so that. And then I realized, looking back on my last 20 years of career, personal life, professional life, social life, I realized I met so many people throughout every year in different countries, different places, on different topics, on different occasions, and everybody has contributed me to do things better, whether those are social connections or those are personal, friendly, or clients or referrals, anybody, any kind of connection, and everybody contributed in my life. And many times I reached out to my seniors, my mentors, and they helped me a lot in my career, in my personal life, in my professional life, in my social life. So I said, okay, now I'm reaching to a point where I know a lot of stuff, or at least I think I know a lot of stuff, and how I can contribute back to the people. And obviously one way people anyway reach out to me who knows me better. So they reached out to me for their personal help, professional help. And then I thought, why not just tell everybody that, okay, I am available. So that was a moment I said, okay, I can go and professionally tell that I'm available. I can able to help you out with my experience of 20 years in professional field, definitely. And obviously I have learned a lot of things about social and personal life skills that also I can contribute from my side. So that's why I put that post. And I'm very happy, like so far almost like 40 to 50 people has reached out to me.
Wow.
And through that post, and with everybody, I had at least 40 minutes to 1 hour conversation on phone, one-to-one live. And reason being is they were reaching out to proper help. They were not seeking out for the references. They were asking questions about career, and then root cause of that career goes back to some of the professionals constraint or personal issues. And that is where I started focusing that, okay, you think that your problem is not able to switch your career, not able to grow in your career, but the problem lies mistakes or ignorance that you did like 6 years back or 8 years back, or some of the mistakes you did. Not just mistakes, but I generally call ignorance, because mistake is a little harsh word to say. Ignorance, you did ignored, or you did not give the proper importance on the things are going on. And then I work with the like last 20 minutes of conversation is, okay, what should be your next plan? Because whatever happened has happened. Now, what is the plan? How I can put you forward, because you can't see those things. Right now, you are in a problem situation. So for you to see the solution is very difficult, because every time your mind is just looking at the problem and you already grip of that situation. So I'm outsider. I can tell you, because I have seen many people doing the same thing. I did the same thing, and I can tell you with guarantee that yes, you can do this thing. So last 20 minutes about solution, initial 40 minutes all about their story, their experience, their constraints. And then so after that, I got maybe like, you can say 10 people at least gave me feedback. Yes, they are progressing, and they feel better, and they now at least doing better than what they were doing before. So that is just my journey right now, and I'm open to reach out more people. Along with that, I'm doing like professional help. So I'm conducting professional webinars. Initially, I was doing on professional topics in my core area, and now I'm planning to have to address wider audience. So whether it is like people who are in mid-career crisis or mid-career situations, to help them out, how they can build their social profile or professional profile, which can be helped to get the better opportunities, and then all other things which are going in industry in terms of professional industry.
One thing I'm always interested in, and this is sort of the topic of our conversation for today's podcast, is not just a global citizen, but a globalized citizen. It sort of goes hand in hand. So have you seen a lot of individuals that have reached out to you on a global basis, or has it really been a little bit more on a local, more regional basis?
So I interacting like specific to this program which I'm doing right now. I met and talking people from US, Canada, Europe, like Turkey, Egypt, India, obviously, and Australia. So,
awesome.
So it would be like 50% obviously from India, and rest of the world from.
So we were talking a little bit about the culture, right? Our culture and how we connect and network. So have you sort of seen, has there been a cultural nuance, or are there differences, and what are the similarities that you've noticed after speaking with these folks on a global basis?
Right. So reason being, I'm from India. The good part with India is like India is very diverse, and it's so diverse that you see the whole world also in India. Like you have weather is diverse, geography is diverse, languages are diverse, foods are diverse, songs are diverse.
Okay, wait. So go back to languages. Tell people, because people may not know, how many different languages are there in India? Because I didn't know this until I went to India.
So if you see the Indian currency, you will see the 16 languages on the just Indian currency note. So
yeah, so 16 languages on currency.
Yeah, so that is like a government says these are the official language to do government work. But if you go out, then you will realize India has, even as of now, where we focusing on the, let's have the single language everywhere. Still, India will have more than 300 languages.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
And dialects within those languages, right? There's at times there's 200-300 dialects within each individual language.
Yeah.
So that makes it and when you're an outsider looking in, you're thinking, oh my goodness, how do you guys function? How does this world function? But it does. Everyone sort of understands that there are differences.
It does, and it's working fine. So it's good work, because at the same time people understand, that okay, we have diversity, but that diversity brings, kind of a bouquet of flowers, so every color, every shade, every smell has its own good thing, and let's celebrate that diversity. So India actually generally celebrates that diversity. That is why you will feel that if anything good happen, it can adopted by other people also. If some, just an example, fashion. In India, fashions is diverse, right? So, but one thing happening on the one side, it get adopted by other people with their own flavor. Any songs which is hit, which get popular in the one language, people make their own version in different language. It's like just like that. So India celebrate that diversity, and it's part of the culture itself. So that's why for Indians, adopting any new things is much easier, because by government they doesn't force any commonality, whether it is teaching or working or what to wear, what not to wear, everything is very much open. So that helps. And obviously the when I was growing up, it's always to find the common ground to celebrate first. Obviously everybody has a differences. Even my mother has differences, right? Me and my wife has differences, but we celebrate the commonality, right? Me and mother have a common bond. That is a reason for celebration. Differences are differences. The same thing happen in the community. We have reason to celebrate, whether we belongs to same city, same college, same job place, same mother place, same father place. Something we will find common. Just an example. When we talk with some friends from Australia, culture is different, everything is different. Then common thing is what? Then common thing comes the sport. We have the common sport, right? And on sport we can talk almost like half an hour. We can talk on half an hour, right?
So that sport would be cricket?
Cricket, yeah. So this is like cricket, right? So there's something like, right? So if you go to any other country like Fiji, or any countries like Canada, then you will have some other thing which is common with India. So, or common with you actually in person. So if I'm talking somebody from China, I speak about my experience when I was living in Hong Kong. So then I have that common basis. Okay, I've been Hong Kong, I saw this, I saw that, I heard about, okay, Chinese drink hot water always, we speak cold water always. What is the reason that, they have culture differences. So why they behave this way? And that is a celebration, because then we find, oh, you do some same thing, we do same thing, right? You have some belief in your mind, we have some belief in mind, both are like, social belief. So many things we find common across the world, and that helps so that we can celebrate that diversity. Celebrate the diversity is the important thing when we say it's global, and that is where the whole global citizen comes in picture, like scientific thinking, accept people as they are, respect their culture, and showcase our culture also, right? Show what you are, so that people know, oh yeah, this is new color, this is a new fragrance, we should get the benefit of it.
So one thing I always wonder, or sometimes I've struggled with myself, is you don't want to lose yourself, right, in this global mesh of cultures. So have you found yourself in the past sort of come across there's that saying, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So let's say you were in Hong Kong or China, I'm sure you tried to adapt with their culture, and vice versa. Was there a time where you just felt, well, you know what, this is so so different to me, I'm not able to adapt? Or was there a time where you were challenged with that decision, where you had to decide whether you would accommodate or not accommodate?
Yeah, it always comes, right? And that's bring you to have a choice. Just an example, personally for me, I am vegetarian, right? So it's always a challenge. Challenge first, because I would have a less option if I visit outside India. But at the same time, it gives me to showcase that I'm coming from the background where vegetarian is a good thing. It's not about like bad thing. It is a good thing, and I have practicing that. That is the only thing. And I respect what other people are eating or their food choices and all. And they also respect me, I also respect them, and that is how it works. And it's always a choice for me whether I should continue with vegetarianism or not. So when I was in US, when I was in Turkey, when I was in Hong Kong, every places gives you choice. So it's up to us to decide to what extent you want to experiment with your belief or your personal choices, right? And it's okay, even if somebody make choices to try out new things, yes, go and try, enjoy those choices also. So nothing wrong. See, there is nothing wrong, first of all. Nothing wrong. Everything is right for you. And then you choose what is right for you.
The interesting thing, so when I went to India, I've been there twice in Hyderabad, they always bring me a fork. And I'd be like, dude, I am so eating with my hands. This is great. Like, it's like the thing as a kid I didn't get to do because my parents were like, no, get your elbows off the table and don't do that and don't do this. I will say that
do what you think is right? That's it. Nothing is wrong. It's our choice. And the more choices you make, the more you explore. That is the only thing.
Yeah, the only thing I had to control myself in India, the biryani is so good, like not to put my head in it like a trough, like a pig, So. That or the chai. Like Jigna makes some badass chai. I'll just say that. Like
it's a requirement. I was actually teaching my son how to make the perfect chai the other day. So it's a process. It's very easy to make, surprisingly enough. You have to have the right type of tea and the right proportion of water and milk. And that's it. It really is only that. And it's not as intimidating as people make it out to be. But I seem to think that's one thing I will always gloat about is my chai. So
yeah, Shiv, do you drink chai?
Yes.
Now who makes the chai in your house?
It's unofficial national drink in India.
But who makes it in your house? Is it you or your wife?
So we both make. My wife drink coffee. So I make coffee for her and chai for me.
Nice.
Aww, that's nice.
That's sweet. Yeah, I like that. It's awesome.
Chai tastes better when somebody else makes it for you.
Yes.
In my mind.
So anyway, I love your perspective, Shiv. I just think that's awesome because I think, that's really what we want, a global citizen and people getting out there and helping each other. Because the interesting thing, and we've talked about this on several of our episodes, is people are laid off right now. It's everywhere. It's not just in the US or just in Texas or just in India. It's everywhere going on. And it's just a really interesting time because as we've been talking about, we talked to another guest earlier this week, and like going out and job searching, there's so many jobs out there and you see so many people post for them, and then you go in this black hole, like you don't know if somebody is gonna respond to you or not. And so then you start questioning, well, there's a bunch of jobs, should I change careers or not change careers? Should I learn a new skill? Where should I be at? And so kind of I'm curious to know if people are, when you're talking about some of those people talk about career shift, is there kind of a formula or a process that you kind of help them think about if they should be making a career shift, or if it's, as you said, something they've kind of ignored some things in the past that maybe they just need to improve upon, or maybe it's time to make another turn.
Right. So I have this thinking actually right now. You can call me. So I have this metaphor with current COVID situation, and I relate with the career choices also. So give me 2 minutes so I can brief you about it. So right now we have two situations. One, somebody have corona or COVID situation. Like we have the situation. Now we have two options. One is how to come out of this corona situation to getting better, and second is finding the right solution for this problem. So vaccine. So vaccine is the one thing that we all are waiting, and a lot of people are working for it, and then a lot of people are working for preventing this from spreading, or whosoever has got infected, contain it and then cure it. So these are two. Similarly, in our career, we have this situation. One is the current situation where we are in the problem, where we are laid off, or we are having undercut salary, or we have pressure on our job, pressure on our career. That is one thing. And second thing is we have to find the good solution, the permanent solution for this problem, so that this problem shouldn't happen. We can prevent ourselves from this kind of personal, professional crisis in our life. Now, priority is what? Priority to finding the big solutions, permanent solution, permanent fix, or get cure first. So right now, if you are healthy, let's say we have a vaccine also and we have corona treatment also. Now, if you are infected, you can't get vaccine. Vaccine can be given to only healthy people. So you need to be healthy to get vaccine. If you are infected, you will get a medicine. You will get a treatment. So if you are healthy in your job, in career right now, then think for that permanent solution. But if you are in a crisis, if you are in a problem, if you are in a current situation, laid off situation, don't think that permanent solution. Think for the, coming out of this problem situation. So get the solution for this, not the permanent solution. So don't think your long-term goal, future career. No, first you need to earn your salary first. So that should be your goal. Should be. If you are in job, think, can you stay in this job for next 15 months? How you can stay in this job? If you are not in job, how you can get your new job first? Forget about your career goal. Forget about your 10 years, 5-year plan, your ambitions and all. Because until you get in a job, it's right. So because don't think vaccine. If you are infected, don't think vaccine. Think treatment, because sick people will not get vaccine. Healthy people will get it. So first you need to improve the health and that get vaccine. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you, let's say, if somebody having a good job, good career right now, they should think that how they can make your career future proof, how they can make your career in such a way that they should not get this problem at all. That is the vaccine problem. That discussion will go how you can make your career as future proof. But if you are in laid off situation, salary cut situation, stuck in situation, or you already laid off, then your solution would be how you can get in job or how you can resolve this current situation. So it's just a treatment problem. Just treat it, like manage it. Just manage this problem. That is where my discussion goes in two way. Whether are you a healthy person, are you a healthy profession? Talk about vaccine, permanent solution. Get the best things right in your day-to-day activity. If you are a sick situation, problem situation, then just talk about this problem right now, just to fix that problem right now. Don't think about 2-year, 5-year, 6-year plan, no investment. Just think how you can just sustain it for that. These are the two things. Other thing that I'm suggesting everybody is, if you have a job, then don't look out for the job. There is two reasons. One, let that new job should be available for the people who need job.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love your analogy. I never quite looked at it that way. I mean, we think about that, right? And you wonder, how do you sort of get out of this rut or this situation you've been put in, not by choice. It just happened because of external factors. And I always wonder, I'm sure a lot of other people who are in the laid off situation, what do I do? Do I look for something immediate? What am I? Should I be looking to change my careers, or should I be looking to go back to school? What is the best thing for me? And then you feel bad if you only think about yourself for the immediate future versus a long-term plan that's going to impact not just you but your entire family. So I like that analogy. I love the analogy of being sick in a sense. I mean, not that we're sick because we're laid off, but the analogy is great because you do need to sort of treat the problem before you find a larger solution for it. It's sort of and I can't preach enough what you said about the if you have a job, leave the other job for someone who needs it more. And that's the other thing, especially in this world and the what we're all that could be a great way for others to be global citizens, right? That's a great way for individuals to do something unselfish for their neighbors, their friends, and everyone around the world. So thank you, Shimovhan. That was amazing.
It was great. Yeah. Yeah. I told you I worked with really amazing people at the time.
I'm speechless, which is very rare for me.
It is rare for her.
Oh goodness. Okay,
so a little bit, because I know you have this great tech background, and as I have just been taking time to search and find things out that are online, and I'm just, because I'm a learning professional, I love learning. So if I can find new things, like it was interesting. I did not know. So I don't remember exactly. It's like Honeycode, I think, or something. I don't know if you see this whole new Amazon going to have this app thing. You can do Honeycode if you don't know how to program, but you can do. But then I started searching through stuff like they have this whole series of courses you can take for free on Amazon Web Services, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe I should learn this so I know something else." Right? And I had no idea that was there. Like it was quite fascinating. Of course, as a learning professional too, I was looking like, how do they have this set up, and what do they do with it? And how they had it small courses and chunked out. So I was looking at it from two ends: the nerdy learning professional, and just do I want to learn something new? So if someone is thinking about though taking the technical side, thinking about doing that, what is the big tech need right now? Like where should somebody start if they're thinking, this is one of those longer, like maybe solutions that I want to get into, and there are so many things out there that you can learn. Where would you say someone may want to start?
Yeah. So again, I have one perspective which I will share. Just an example, this honey code example. Right? If you learn honey code, great, you will be able to build something. But then after 3 months, you will see Google is releasing something, then Facebook releases something, and then Walmart releasing something, or Costco. Right? Everybody will do something, right? And you will say, oh, okay, this is a fashion, this is a seasonal thing, right? Summer season, and then winter season, and then spring season, and it's changing like fashion. This is not the permanent situation, permanent solution. So I give this perspective that if somebody has a time and resources and intentions to get better, what they should do is do the fundamental skills. Fundamental skills in the digital form now, obviously digital, whatever we call digital form, online form, remote form, any way we can tell. So just an example, fundamentals, like if I want people to learn public speaking. Now you will say, oh, this is an old school thing, it's 100-year-old skills. No, public speaking still have the number one skill right now. Selling skills, how you can sell anything, sell of yourself selling. Like right now you are selling your idea, I'm selling my idea. How we can sell things. So selling skills, closing skills. Other thing which I am actually emphasizing, and I myself is learning and investing my time, and I'm just using that word again, copywriting. If somebody asks me what is the new thing that I should learn, I say everybody, whether you are scientist, lawyer, doctor, educationist, technocrats, students, senior profession, junior profession, learn copywriting. And people say, I know I can write, right? We are typing emails, we are writing blogs, and we stop writing with content long back. I say copywriting will teach you something, because nowadays, if you see, just get example, everything we see on the internet, everything we see is a copywriting. Whatever the content you are appreciating, see, you are appreciating that appreciations is coming because of the copywriting skills. Somebody is spending time on copywriting. Advertisements, stories, presentation, brochures, learning content or professional content, good emails, influensive posts, everything is all about copywriting. So if you learn copywriting right now or anytime, obviously, that is a skill I want to add in my profile. I want to suggest to everybody. But beyond that, public speaking, social interactions, selling skills, this will be always remain important. Now,
so it's public speaking, copywriting, and selling. So
yes.
Yeah, those are like a good 3 things to work on. I know for myself, like copywriting is one I could get better at too, getting more concise on that. I actually am pretty good at sales. I just hate sales. Like, I don't know. Like I could sell something by accident.
No, sir. People think sales means selling something. Selling ideas is also selling thing, right? You selling ideas.
That's true though. Selling, if we don't have the right personality type, it's a little difficult to have that mindset. So maybe shifting that, or maybe changing mindset is the key to being a better seller, and learning how to sell better as well. And I never really thought about copywriting as an essential um, skill set to have, but you're right. We type, we communicate via print in a sense, and
Just
digital
this
print.
way. Every WhatsApp message you want to influence somebody, right? Whether it's good morning message, good night message, or anything in between. So
You know what? I think
everything is
this.
doing nowadays more and more copywriting. And
I
that's
think
why
it,
we need to learn.
Shiv, I want to show people right now one of those really short LinkedIn and messages you did from copywriting. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to put on the screen right now. One of those, and like you put like you just some really short words to entice people. Like it made me want to click and see what else did you want to say. Like you're like it's so quick, concise, but it also left an impression on me. Like, oh, this is about Shiv. He wants to talk about how to help people. Let's get better. Let's do things together. I think these are really great short ways to bring something. So thank you for sharing those out on LinkedIn, and I look forward to more of them.
So Shimovhan, do you have any recommendations on resources that you've utilized or others have utilized that could be helpful, whether it's for copywriting or for speaking skills or any other skill sets that you've come across?
Right. So again, I will share my perspective so that, I can give my point of view on that. So on learning, I always have this perspective that learning is free. Learning is free means, 20 years back when I was in my college, if I wanted to learn something, I used to go to my university library. And it was so big, has all the books, all the topics. So it's not like learning was not available that time. It was a different way of learning, right? Now I can go on Google and search anything and it is available. It is on my mobile phone itself. And now everybody has access. So learning is free means, learning is free, resources are free. Now, and that is where my opinion is that if you want to start something, you start with free until you convince enough to invest money in that, right? Because first you need to invest, which is the biggest cost, is your time. Because if you have a time on your side and you don't want, you are not sure, then go for free learning all the time. And nowadays Google is the one source. Any courses, Khan Academy is another. Like there are so many things which are totally free, and those are really high quality content from expert. Udemy has a lot of free courses. A lot of experts build their free courses. A lot of experts are releasing their courses totally free. So enough material. So knowledge is raining actually. And there is one quote from one of the Bollywood movie which I personally liked and always has in my mind. I will speak in Hindi and then I will translate in English. सीखने के लिए सिर्फ यूनिफॉर्म की जरूरत है. You just need a dress code to go college. You don't need to get admission also. This was a good movie from 3 Idiots. Like you need just uniform, right? You want to have a good dress, you can go for a marriage. You wear your uniform and you go there. The way I think is you have to start behaving like that. So if you want to go in army or sports, start behaving like athlete. Do things that athletes do and you will become athlete. If you want to learn copywriting skills, you want to be a great copywriter, start behaving like a copywriter. Dress up like a copywriter. If you want to be a lawyer, think, walk like lawyers, and you will become lawyers. So acting is important. First, pretend and play, then learn, then act, and then get mastery, right? So that is a journey. So first start pretending, think, okay, yourself. Like this example, you want to be a doctor. Get into the doctor dress, get into doctor behavior, get into doctor thinking, then you will learn about some doctor, like what they do. So similarly, for skill writing, copywriting or any skills, just go into that mode first, pretending like that. Pretending you are a copywriter, pretending you want to do that. Go through some free courses, go to random things, right? The more you pretend, the more it will get in your head. And then you start acting like that. And then at a point of time, you will think, okay, now it is a time to me to invest money in that or make a professional choice to get into that.
It's old saying here, fake it till you make it. Concept is you sort of pretend or you fake it in a sense until you get to a point where you're actually doing those things and it comes naturally to you, whether it is going back to the whole speaking or selling or whatnot. So that's
and when I say pretend, that doesn't mean like you have to fake it. It's like more like you think like that.
Yeah.
You start
Yes,
thinking
yes,
in that
absolutely.
role. You start thinking like, whatever role you want. Like just example, if I want to be story writer, right? Let me start thinking, story writer, I have to behave like a story writer. I have to walk like a story writer, and I will do things like a story writer. So, and that is one philosophy. Second philosophy, actually, I wanted to share. So I have this philosophy of 21 days. Like anything you want to excel in your life, you just have to choose one thing because it will work on that particular thing. Just example is copywriting or singing or chemistry. You want to learn chemistry. 21 days, do that thing without fail, without break, regardless situation, 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. 1 hour study chemistry, 1 hour do cooking, 1 hour practice copywriting. Whatever you want to choose, do one thing, 1 hour, 21 days. Looks easy, difficult to maintain the continuity. But think this way, just imagine if you're doing 21 days without fail, what is happening in your life? Two things happening. One, it is your habit. 21 days if you do something, it become your habit. Going gym 21 days, it will become your habit. If you're cooking every new things 21 days, you make 21 dishes and it become your habit. You like it. If you're studying chemistry, you get a good amount of knowledge and it become your habit. If you do copywriting, similar thing. But one more thing had happened. You gain enough knowledge to get comfortable on that subject. You got enough knowledge on cooking, you enough knowledge on chemistry, you got enough knowledge on copywriting. You start getting comfortable also. You pass the resistance cycle. That is the first cross. Because if you can't do 21 days, you have to start from zero and do again 21 days until you become successful without break, without fail, 1 hour, 21 days, 20 hours of effort. That is first phase. Now imagine 21 days, you spend rest next 200 days. 200 days, same topic, 1 hour a day, not more, 1 hour a day, next 200 days. What is going to happen in next 6 months, 6 months or 7 months? You getting a mastery on that subject. Just in because you spending 1 hour copywriting, you are writing almost 150 articles, 150 poetries, 150 chapters on chemistries or 150 new dishes you tried. Now, one more thing happened. Obviously, you build your mastery. Now you are known in your professional circle also because you have done enough work in that 200 days. Now you're known for your work in your influencing or social or professional area. That is second 2 year. Nobody can stop you. That is my prescription for that vaccine thing, right? We were talking about the career, future-proof career, right? You will not apply anywhere if you do something for 2 years, same thing. You will surprise. You will not apply for a job. Jobs will be coming to you. People will be coming to you.
So Jigna, I think that the key for us on this one is that we got to realize that 21 days we get through podcasting. We get to see where we are in 200 days. And then in 2 years, we're going to be rocking this thing. Yeah. I really like what you said to the discipline on that. And I think too, with people right now who are been laid off, like they get really like down on themselves and like it's easy to fall out of a routine. And I think this is a good way to put a routine back in your life and get ready to get that next job. I really like this, Shiv. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes.
And an hour is
that is a vaccine.
That's the vaccine.
It's not a solution for the people out of job, right? That you should do only when you have food on your plate, right?
Okay.
Coming salary on your side. Then you try, right? Because now you tried, no, it won't work.
But
because your mind is not.
What about using like that 21 days to make sure you're spending an hour every day, at least an hour every day searching for a job, right? Because even then, some people want to give up and not even search.
No. So think this way. If you're searching 1 hour a job a day, 21 days, it will become your habit. And you will master job searching another 1 year.
That being a master job searcher, I think, is great in theory. Getting that job is the key.
So I'm telling you one philosophy here. Again, my thought. If you do something from that intent, you become that, right? So don't do things like job searching. No. See, practically what? You need 3 jobs offer. That's it. You don't need like 30 or 300, right? What you need to apply for just think 6 or 7 jobs. That's it. And you have to convert that. See, unless you know what job you want to apply, you will be applying for every job. That is again a wrong thing, right? So what you need to do, you have to find a job which is good for you and you are good for that job. Chances of converting that job would be very high. Just focus on what you want rather than, randomly applying. Then you become expert in applying, not in your job. So that's my example. In Bollywood, we say, I came Mumbai or Bollywood to do struggle. Okay. And then one fine day, I got a very good movie offer, but I rejected it. Somebody, they asking why? Because I came here for struggle. Not for the star.
Not to become a star. Yeah, I came here to struggle.
Yeah. They were making me star, but I came here for struggle. So I wanted to do struggle, right? So I rejected. Same thing, right? So don't think that, okay, I have to do 1 hour, 21 days job applying. No, that is not, because then you will expert in that. That will become your habit, right? So no. So only habit you need to make, which you want to inculcate as part of your successful life.
That's a good point.
Obviously, that is the vaccine part, but not treatment part. Treatment part is definitely a different approach, which right now I have to actually go. I have a session is start actually.
Yes. Right now. Well, we appreciate it so much. Thank you. This has been awesome. And
thank you so much.
Well, so before we finish up, it's fortune cookie time. So, all right.
Let's see. I think I'm going to go first today.
All right.
Okay. Ooh. I think I know what this is. And let's see. An unexpected check or fortune will arrive today.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm actually doing my 401k rollover, so I have a feeling that's coming in the mail also today.
There you go.
Nothing fabulous. It's going to go right out.
Oh, this one is really good. I feel like this is like good karma from what all the things we've been talking about. Through greater effort and hard work, a precious dream comes true. That rocks. Like, I think I'm gonna take that one up somewhere and
There you go.
hold that one out.
On the next episode, we'll be speaking with Satish Velanki, who has been a recruiter for Fortune 200 company. So he's going to give us some tips on what we need to do to get noticed and some great resources that might be out there. So
Inside the recruiter's mind.
Yes. I have 500 questions written down. I mean, I
just
have
want to
a
know
lot
if it would
to
work if I
ask
say,
him.
this is the resume we're looking for.
Yes.
This is the resume.
This is it. I'm going to bring my resume.
All right, everyone. Until next time.